Hey YouTube, how you all doing? Welcome to the final video about Enhancement Shaman Legendary item combinations. Through this series I tested 4 different legendary item combos, which links you have in the description or in a term of a playlist at the end of the video. And in this final video I'm going to show you the damage comparison on pure single target and give you my personal thoughts and opinion about all of them and sort of recommend what should you stick with and things like that. If you like this series and overall like my content, don't hesitate to subscribe since it's free and it helps my channel a lot. And without any further ado, let's start with the video. In this part I'm going to be posting each picture of a recount for each of that legendary combinations and talk about them. So pretty much, first one we have the Doom Winds combination, of course, the Ventry Covenant Doom Winds with the Elemental Conduit legendary combo, and as you can see here, of course, Wind Fury is our top priority, followed by Storm Strike and a Lightning Bolt in damage. And as you can see, for that minute and a few more seconds we did 532k damage. I was pretty much DPSing until I get my Chain Harvest cooldown resetted, and it took in this particular video about 1 minute and 5 seconds to reset it, which wasn't bad since that was kind of one of the goal of this legendary comparison, to see for how much seconds can Chain Harvest cooldown be reduced. So for the second screenshot we are having the Witch Doctor's Wolf's Bones spec, followed by again Ventry Covenant and Elemental Conduit as the second legendary item. And as you can see, we have a little bit shifted damage here, starting with Lava Lash being our top DPS, followed by Elemental Blast and followed by melee attack. And as you can see, this spec did 544k, which is again pretty much similar as a Doom Winds, you know. And pretty much here we had for the same amount reduced the cooldown of Chain Harvest, like 1 minute and a few seconds again, which is pretty decent for a pure single target. And of course don't forget that in arena and RBGs and other PvP content you're going to have always multiple targets, so your Chain Harvest cooldown will be resetted much more. For a third screenshot we have Primal Lava Actuators, where we swapped our Covenant into the Necrolords, and we are using the Primal Lava Actuator legendary item with the Necrolords one, of course. So here you can see that the top damage is Lightning Bolt, and that's the reason, because of Primordial Wave, which is boosting your Lightning Bolt damage by a lot. And second one was the Flame Shock, and third one was the Lava Lash. Again, this Necrolord Enhancement Shaman is, I should call it a Fire Enhancement Shaman, because it's mostly focused on fire damage, and in this situation this one is very good, because if somebody is running away from you all the time and you have to chase them, and the Lightning Bolt is going to do a very insane damage followed by Primordial Wave, so this spec kinda can be very handy in some certain situations. So the fourth screenshot, we are having the weird one combo that everyone is talking about recently, and that is the Skybreaker's Fairy Demise, the Elemental Shaman for the Elemental spec legendary, followed by again the Chain Harvest slash Elemental Conduit legendary. And as you can see, damage here was again 500k like every other spec did. And the top damage here was the Flame Shock and Lava Lash, followed by Storm Strike, and this one pretty much was the most badass in my opinion, because it did reset the cooldown of Chain Harvest much quicker. It took only 50 seconds and it was only pure on a single target. And as you can see here, the most of damage is again fire damage, because this legendary and this soul combination is just pushing that Flame Shock and Lava Lash damage so insanely. And as you can see in the talents as well, following by Lashing Flames, Hot Hands and stuff like that. So after testing this spec on a single target, I just had to jump on a multiple target, and as you can see in the fifth screenshot here, the Chain Harvest cooldown was reduced up to 20 seconds, so every 20 seconds I had a one chain harvest cooldown, so pretty much for a minute and a few seconds fight I did a 3 chain harvest. So as you could see, the chain harvest did the best one. It did 407k, and that was only a 3 chain harvests. Again, I'm repeating, this was multiple target, and followed by flame shock with 350k, because again this spec was all about that fire damage and pumping flame shock into reducing the cooldown of chain harvest and just dealing himself that much damage. So after comparing all these dummy tests, we could all see one thing, in that the damage of all 4 specs is pretty similar. It all went from 500k to 550k, which again is pretty same, because as I did mention already before, Enhancement Shaman is pretty much a very RNG spec, because you never know what your feral spirits are going to proc, when your Storm Strike is going to reset, when your Lava Lash is going to reset, when your Wind Fury is going to proc and stuff like that. Like, it all has its own chance. You never know when your Flame Shock is going to critically strike and reduce the chain harvest. So overall they all had the same thing in common, and that is the same consistent damage and pretty much the same timer for chain harvest reset, and it was all pure on a single target. Only the elemental legendary one was a little better chain harvest cooldown, which is not surprise. So yeah, overall they're all pretty same. Like, now I wouldn't it wouldn't be really fair for me to rate them from best to worst, because again, as I'm saying, they are all situational, and always in arena you may experience something different. And unfortunately I didn't have much time to test the elemental legendary one from the last video with the Skybreaker Fairy Demise, because I just got it recently, like 2 days ago, so I still haven't played any rated BG or any arena, so I can truly know how does it do. But so far I could say that this is the most interesting from all those 4 spec, and that I'm definitely going to be playing it in future and, you know, trying to pump it out. But if I really have to rate these combinations, I would say that the Witch Doctor's Wolf's Bones would be the best one, followed by the Primal Lava Actuators and the Doom Winds as the last one, because it's a little bit outdated, should I say. Like, we were all playing the Doom Winds since the beginning of expansion, and yeah, it is still fun to have Doom Winds every minute and have to kick some asses with it. But with the Witch Doctor's Wolf's Bones, the more consistent damage is keeping much more pressure on your enemies and having those feral spirits fairly quickly resetted. Again, a chain harvest also resetted as in other specs. I think that makes him the best. And Primal Lava Actuators could be also situational. For example, if you have to chase a lot of your enemies, you can just really attack them with your range spells, since your top damage are the Lightning Bolt and Flame Shock, which are being boosted by the what's the name of Necrolord spell, the Primordial Wave. So yeah, that's it pretty much my rating of this. I would stick to the Witch Doctor's Wolf's Bones and the spec that I showed pretty much in my part 2 video of this series, so make sure to check that out if you want to play that. If you want to stick to the Doom Winds, it's a part 1, Primal Lava Actuators part 3, and part 4 Elemental Legendary, which I'm still going to be playing in the future and trying different things with that. So at the end, it all comes to the personal preference. Like, if you're a fan of Wind Fury, of course you're going to be playing Doom Winds. If that bothers you and you don't wanna be bored with that, you will go the Witch Doctor Wolf's Bone. Or if you wanna play the Fire Shaman, then you're going to go Primal Lava Actuators. So yeah, at the end they are all pretty similar, and it's just about which play style do you like more and what fits you more. So yeah, by saying all of this, we have come to an end of this legendary item series, and I really hope that it helped you to clear your mind about which combination should you go or should you play, since when the patch 9.2 started, the Enhancement Shaman was on a very tough spot. Like, it got very enhanced, but it also got a few combinations, so you never know which one is the better or best, and you know, stuff like that. So I really hope that this video helped you to clear your mind and to make your own decision which spec you actually want to play and which legendary combo. So yeah, again, If you did enjoy this series and found this videos helpful and overall like my content, please do subscribe, because again it helped my channel a lot and it's totally free and really doesn't cost you anything except the 2 seconds to lower down the video and click on the subscribe button. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Of course, expect a lot of content in future, some arenas, PvP shuffle, which I really like, aka the solo queue, should I call it. A lot of battlegrounds and stuff, and yeah, thank you guys for watching and see you in the next one.